Hi everybody, and welcome to Quilt Club for the month of June, which is unbelievable. We are down to the last 3.
June, July, August, 3 more months.
So
wow.
We're going shopping today for fabric for next year's
next one.
Quilt Club. So that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a secret, so you'll never know.
And we have the pattern?
Yes, we do.
We switched up though, didn't we?
Yeah, but we have the pattern.
Can't remember right now what it is.
There were so many to choose from, but we have a good one.
But I can't remember the new one.
Well,
Anyways, it doesn't matter, yes. So we have a little bit of not housekeeping. The first thing is, someone left their quilt blocks here when they were picking up last month. So it is a clear shoebox, and it has all of the Quilt Club blocks from this year, from the woodland colorway. So if you accidentally picked that up and have it at your house, could you please bring it back? We have a very...
Somebody will be
grateful. Very, very happy if you do. So it's a clear shoebox, and it has all of the, well, I guess there'd be like 8 of them, 9 of them, blocks that she made this year so far in the woodland, the brown and green colorway. So if you have an extra bunch of quilt blocks laying around, we can help you with that.
Yeah, so many people have the same containers. It can be very confusing.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Anyway, hopefully they'll show up.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go ahead with this month's blog.
That's pretty
to
block.
start with. Yes, it is. It's a really nice blog. They always are.
They are.
Okay.
And don't forget, you can see all of this.
Our pretty blush one.
Underneath this video, there's a little button or a little link that says view more, and when you view more, the pictures of the blocks come up and all the products and all that good stuff.
Okay. Let's just get right to what we're going to do for this month.
Let's get
so much fun.
For this month? Okay.
Yeah, this was Valerie's suggestion. Valerie, you don't often see Valerie because she works in the back, but she's our brilliant admin and we love her. And she made the suggestion that you each bring in a recipe.
Your favorite recipe.
Your favorite recipe. And boy, I don't know about anybody else. I'm not much of a cook, but I have a hard time choosing. So it's going to be a ton of fun. It doesn't matter. It can be dessert, appetizer, main course, whatever you like.
Whatever you want.
But if you can bring it in, print it out, and then we are going to compile those into a Quilt Club recipe book, which we will have available for all of you before the end of the program. Yeah. So we'll let you know when it's ready for pickup.
So in order to get your block this month, you must bring in your favorite recipe.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting?
I think it's pretty cool. If you absolutely cannot choose, you could bring 2 if you have to, because when we were talking about it last week, I couldn't choose what I would bring.
No, I know, it's really hard.
Bring a couple if you want, but you have to bring one printed out, and it can be handwritten too. It doesn't have to be typed or anything. You can handwrite it and bring that, and we will compile it into a cookbook. So exciting. I love that idea. Thank you, Valerie.
The United Church Women.
I know. Oh, yes. And if you could put your name on it,
please.
who it's from, because it's just fun to look and see. And yeah, for us, probably more so than everybody.
And if you're shy, just put your first name.
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
fine too. No problem.
Okay, so down to the meat and potatoes. And we have a lot of meat and potatoes.
We do have a lot of meat and potatoes.
Tons of samples today, which is always exciting.
The first thing that I have to show you is a 60-degree...
Will you be showing off my sample?
I'm not. A 60-degree triangle ruler. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. It does so many different things. It is creative grids, so that means that it's got clear, concise markings. It means it has excellent online video support. It also means that there's grippy dots on the back, so it moves when you want it to, but when you apply some pressure, it stops moving. And it's even got a QR code that you can, if you put that in the camera of your phone, it'll take you to the website, and then you can watch the videos and see all the great things it does. We've done quite a bit with it this month, actually. The first thing I did, and we'll give you a little demo of this, are these placemats. It's a set of 6 hexi placemats. It only takes 6 fat quarters, and you get 6 placemats from it. You need backing, that's not included, but here's what it looks like.
Isn't that cute?
It's absolutely adorable. And this is just one of 6.
Love it. And I love the fabrics you chose.
Oh, they're so cute.
It's so summery and picnicky.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
It's a lot of fun.
So that's one of them. The reverse version has smaller triangles in the center, so they're slightly different, but it's so cute. And it's so easy, and it was kind of fun to do too. So you start off, I went too far ahead. You start off with your fat quarters, the 6 fat quarters, and you cut them into strip sets. So there's 2 strip sets from each fat quarter you get. Well, from each combination of fat quarters. You have a thin strip, I think it's 2.5, and then a wider strip is 3 or 3.5, and then your 4-inch strip. And you get 2 of those going. You sew them together, as you can see I've done here.
May I assist you?
Yes, so I've sewn them together, and you offset them because you're putting your triangle ruler on there. So if you put them straight, you're just wasting fabric. So you offset them, press them, you get your ruler, you line it up. In this case, it was a 7 3/4 mark that you line it up to, and you trim and trim, as you can see on the bottom here. Trim both sides, flip, and trim again, and it's flip and trim, flip and trim. So it's so simple. And then you've got all of your little triangle pieces. You match these up with 3 other identical ones, put them one after the other.
Oh, and so, you done with this?
Yes. And you're off to the races. You can do so many different combinations with them. And as I said, it was really fun. They recommend that you bind these. I thought that seemed like an awful lot of work. There's 6 corners on each
Not
one
that
of these.
we're
places.
lazy, but
Not that we're
time
lazy.
challenge is-
I just thought that seemed a little much. So I just put them right sides together and sewed around and flipped them. And it worked out fine. My only advice in the whole thing is do not try to cut 6 layers of fabric all at once because they go wonky. I thought it would be, not that I'm
Well,
lazy,
so many bias cuts.
I
so-
thought it'd be quicker and easier to cut the strips. I'll layer up all my fat corners and cut them. But when I went to line the ruler up along the bottom, they weren't as straight as they should be exactly. So they turned out fine because, as Cynthia mentioned, they're bias edges, so you've got a little bit to work with and play with there. But
Little wiggle room.
a little wiggle room. But they were quick and easy and fun, and I think this colorway is great. But I mean, any colorway would work. You could do different prints, all 6 different prints. You could do 2 colors. You can do whatever you want. So that is the set of 6 Hexi placemats, and the patterns are $5.99. And I forgot to mention the price of the ruler. The ruler is priced at $54.99. Any 60-degree ruler will work if you've got one already. It just has to be 8 inches. They come, I think, in 8, 10, and 12.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different samples we're showing you, and depending on how big it is,
Yes.
you need a different size.
So you're better to get the bigger one
Yeah.
if you don't already have
Because
one.
you can always make it smaller.
Exactly. Okay, then the
Did you
next
say
thing,
the price of the ruler?
$54.99.
Oh, sorry.
Don't know if I did.
I don't know if you did either.
Neither do I.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. I wasn't paying attention to myself. The next one we have is called Chopsticks. It's on the wall here.
Love
I
this.
think it's fantastic. It's made with our Flower Shop
Flower Show Coastal
Flower
Wash.
Show Coastal.
What a strange name for a fabric collection.
It is, but it's
they're
great.
Liberty fabrics, and they are gorgeous.
They are very nice, fresh and bright.
Yeah.
There's the pattern, Chopsticks. It is a Jaybird quilt, so it's a well-written pattern. She does great stuff. And it comes all the way from baby up to king size. The pattern itself is $18.99. We, of course, made a kit because once we got it together, said, woohoo, that
That
looks
is
good.
pretty awesome.
So here's our kit. You can see all the fabrics are in there. And the kit is $139.99. That is the lap size, I believe, which is 49 by 60. And the kit is priced at $139.99.
I think this is a really nice pattern as well for fabrics that have a focal that you want to show off.
Yes.
Because depending on how you position it, you can feature those little prints.
It's
in
a
the
great
middle.
pattern.
Yeah, it is an awesome pattern.
And you just, as I said, you use your 60-degree ruler and you're off to the races. Something else you can do with your 60-degree ruler is this Aztec Runner. It's another cut loose press pattern.
I love this one too.
It's great. They have a different colorway than we chose to do because why would we do anything like anyone else has done? Here's what the runner looks like. We used our Opal Essence fabric. It's kind of got a pearl essence to it. I think it's just great. The quilting, so simple but yet so
And it's
effective.
stunning.
It looks great. And that kit, of course we kitted it, has gone missing.
Well, that's just
No, it's
weird.
behind you, over there. There we
Oh,
go.
yep.
Sorry.
There you are.
Here's the kit, and it looks wonderful as well. Don't know if you can see for the shine. The kit is $39.99. I like that. And you could do this in so many different colors.
Yeah, you could. You
And it's
could.
it doesn't look quilty. It's not like it's quilt blocks necessarily for people that don't necessarily like to display quilted things on their tables and whatnot. This looks
It's quite stylish.
It is very. Then, moving along, we have revived an old favorite. It's called an Easy Striped Table Runner. They've updated the look of the pattern. The pattern itself, if you don't already have it, is $15.99. It also does other things. I think you can see that there. The idea is that you use a border stripe or a border print for this runner. This is what it ends up looking like. And we used our, I can't remember the name of that one either.
Lush Garden.
blush. Look at her, I
I'm
tell
just
you.
on it today.
You've got it all. I am not on it today.
Which is very rare.
The idea is that you use a border stripe. We took a floral one. It's a very thin runner, much to Cynthia's chagrin. I shouldn't say very. It's probably 12 inches wide anyways.
Yeah, you can make it wider.
The border stripe has another print on it, or another row of pinky flowers. I chose not to put them on there. Cynthia wanted them on there. One thing led to another. I sent it home with Lou, and they didn't get on there. But what you do, I know.
My wishes were ignored.
What you do is we've given you a half width of fabric in the kit that is $29.99, including the pattern. That's very reasonable.
It is.
So half width of fabric, you lay it out, and you cut your triangles off one end and off the other end, and that gives you your hexagon-y shape on the ends of the runner.
And it all matches up.
It matches up. It's so easy to do and so
they're
quick and fun.
so easy.
And again, you don't need to bind this one. You can just put them together, stitch around, and flip them open. And then I used my fabric folding pen last night too.
Oh, good for you.
Mhm.
Well,
So-
that's for another day.
Yes,
but
it
it's a
is.
great tool.
This is the Easy Striped Table Runner, and it is wonderful.
And if you don't like the pink floral, we have lots of other
Mm,
border
tons of
stripes
border
in the
stripes,
store
for sure.
that you can use to make your own easy stripe table runner.
Other thing I want to call to your attention about the 60-degree ruler is you can do other things, obviously. We have a class coming up on the June 25th or July 31st. This is part of a baby quilt. So Donna's just put a bunch of triangles together, and she'll show you how to do that, how to put your fabrics in the right order and place them properly. You can also do, if you look at this one, it's got little tiny triangles within the triangle. So you can do lots of
That's
fun
really
things. It
neat.
is neat, it's creative. This is a bit of a, you can place your focal fabrics in the center and make a little star. And you can also, if you cut the repeat on your fabric right, you can make kaleidoscopes with your 60-degree ruler. So, as I said, that's a class.
Boy, so many
I
options.
know.
Eh?
In June
That
or in
should
July.
be a really good class. And Donna
Yes.
is an awesome teacher.
Donna's great. She knows more than I'll ever. She's forgotten more than I'll ever know about quilting. Okay, that's my piece.
Okay,
Now I will turn
so-
it over to my friend Cynthia.
I have a really fun, I'll bring the one that's unwrapped.
This is cool.
This is called the Quilt Builder Card Deck. So it's this awesome little box here that contains a whole variety of cards. So the cards mostly are blocks, and I'm actually going to do this from the front of the table because that's going to be easier. So in the box, you've got this big deck of cards. There are 40 quilt block cards. So there's a whole variety. One side of the card has a grayscale drawing of the block featured. The other side of the card gives you colors. So if you have a hard time visualizing with grayscale, it gives you colors. Grayscale is great because it doesn't influence you towards a particular choice. On the back of the card, it tells you the name of the block. In this case, this is Old Windmill. It gives you a line drawing of the block, a grayscale drawing of the block, an exploded diagram of the pieces that go into the block, and then a color drawing. And at the bottom, there's a chart that gives you the pieces that you have to cut of each color that you're going to use in the block, and the sizes that you need to cut to make 5 different sizes of blocks. So for each of these cards, 40 different blocks, you can make a 6, 8, 10, 12, or 36-inch block. And there's all sorts of different different blocks in there. There's so many to choose from. It's awesome. I chose to make the diamond star as a little, just to test it out. So I made it in 2 different sizes. So this is the 8-inch block. Isn't that awesome? I just love it. And that's the 12-inch. This went together really easily and accurately. I was really happy with the pattern on the back. I mean, it's small and simple, but it tells you everything you need to know. The 36-inch block is an awesome option because you can use that to make a baby quilt just right there.
Four of those together, and you got
Put 4 together, you got
Yeah.
a big quilt. Add some borders on one big 36-inch block, and you got a nice lap quilt. So there's lots of different options. Along with the block cards in the deck, you also have a number of other cards. So the first one explains how to use the quilt block builder cards, and on the back there, it's how to use the block chart. So it's a good explanation of what the steps are to use them, although for most of you, it's probably going to be very clear. There's another little card that's called On Point Challenge that tells you how to take those blocks and use them in an on point setting. So it's telling you what size you're going to need there for different on point sizes. And on the back, it tells you the sizes to cut your setting triangles, the side ones and the corner ones. So that's really helpful. And I don't know about you guys, when you put something on point, it just changes up the look completely. It is so unbelievable. And on point quilts sort of have a greater elegance, if you can say that. Then we have 4 cards that are outlined in blue. These are layout cards. So on each side of the card, you've got a different layout suggestion. There's the one for the 1 block, 36-inch square. There's one for little hearts and stuff. There's one for frame layout, color bar layout, all sorts of different layouts in there. So that's got lots of inspiration. And then we've got 3 cards outlined in yellow that are just useful information. So we've got the yardage for squares on one side here, yardage for rectangles. So if you know you need 20 rectangles of such and such size, this tells you how much yardage you'll need for that. Then there's just some sewing tips for different types of blocks and binding information, yardage for quilt backings. So all that knowledge is packed into that one little box. It's got some great suggestions that these are awesome for a guild group or other quilting group. So you can give a card to each person. Everybody makes 1 block. You could go through this and make all of these in the 6-inch size and then put them together in a nice big sampler quilt. Wouldn't that be fun? So it's just, you know, if you don't know what pattern you want to use, go into your block. You can make 2 block quilts, and if you take a couple of the cards out, now I can't get them out, of course, that's okay. And you could just, if you lay them out, it's going to give you an idea of whether it'll work as a 2 block pattern or not. So lots of inspiration and lots of fun for a really, really great price. This is only $29.99.
It's an incredible price, really.
So we highly recommend this. You'll have a ball with it. And that's item number 1. Item number 2 that I've got to show you is our magic pins. We've carried a lot of these different types, and we actually gave a whole bunch of the different types to some of our staff members, and this is the one they prefer.
And they highly recommend it. They love
highly
them.
recommend it, yes. So this is in an extra fine size, so it's a 0.5 millimeter shaft, which is a really, really fine pin. Sorry, got the tickle thing going. It's also 50 millimeters long. That's what it said. Yeah, so it's an extra long pin too. So it's a really nice length. I'm coming close to show you because
it's a pin.
It's a pin, yeah. So what is different about this pin mostly is the head. You can see there that it is ridged and very flat. But it has those little ridges on it, so it's really easy to grip onto and hold. It doesn't slip in out of your fingers, and it's very easy to get a hold of. The extra fine is great for going through multiple layers of fabric, or also fabrics that are difficult to pierce, like those tougher fabrics. The head is heat resistant, so you can iron over these. So when you've got everything pinned, you can still iron your project nice and flat because you can iron right over those pin heads. So it's just an awesome product.
It's got its own little carrying case.
It does come in its own little carrying case that snaps nice and tight shut so that you're not going to have it pop open. Can't say enough good about these. They're a wonderful pin, and I know pins are just pins, but this is a great pin. The boxes contain 50 pins, and it's $18.99 for the box, less your 20%. So those are awesome. And the last thing I have to show you, I think this is the best. You had a lot of good stuff over there too. This is called Modern Holiday Table Runners. This is a pattern that we saw, and we thought it was just fabulous, and so we had to get that in. Cluck Cluck Sew has wonderful, wonderful patterns. It's done as a little booklet, which I kind of like as well.
Yes.
So it all stays together nice and neat.
This is great.
So you've got all your different pages in there, which is great. So there's a runner called Valentine Hearts, Spring Tulips is super
That one
cute.
might be my favorite.
July Stars, they've shown on the pattern in a fairly Americana kind of colorway, but we did it in really soft colors using Brenda Riddle's cottage linen closet fabrics. So it's just such a charming table runner. It's really lovely.
And just out of interest, we did this one, much to the sample maker's dismay, with foam, like the Boso foam,
Yeah,
or the soft,
Soft and stable.
I quite like it. I think it lays
It works
nice
really.
and
It
flat,
lies nice and flat.
but no
It's-
one else seems to care for it. She
it's-
didn't enjoy doing
You
it.
you can feel that when you're in, because you'll feel the difference
Yeah.
between our two samples. One's done in our usual fusible fleece, and the other one's with the
I quite like it
foam.
in the
I like the
firm.
storability of the fusible
You can
fleece.
just roll this
I know
up.
you can roll it up. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
It's one of those things that it's a new trial, so we'll
Yes.
see how everybody likes it. The next one shown on here is one with little
Cindy's
bats.
favorite, the bats.
I'm not a big Halloween fan, but it is kind of cute. But the one I really love is called Fall Pumpkins, and that we've done up as well, and it is adorable. I'm going to bring it slightly closer to show you. Isn't that awesome? Just love it. And look at that background. It's so great. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah.
We only have a few kits, so if you want one, get on it. Well, we'll cut more, but we'd have to change the background up. And the last one on the pattern is called Holiday Lane, and it's more of a wintry runner, I guess, than a Christmas runner, but you could certainly use it for Christmas, and it's super cute with the houses and the trees. We'll maybe kit that up later.
Yes.
So the pattern alone is $21.99.
Can't beat that for 6 runner patterns.
Oh, it's amazing. And then our kits, which include the pattern, this is the one for the July Stars, and it's $79.99. And the Fall Pumpkins one includes all those great fabrics, and it's $64.99. So many good things this month.
There are. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to bring in your
Is there
favorite
anything else we need to
recipes.
say?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. We'll see you guys soon, and have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.